Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Addicted and CodeGame and seeing where the games are at right now. Sorry, I've been away. I've been upgrading my setup, making it a lot easier to make this content as I do want to make videos as much as possible. I want to do daily uploads if possible. And I was on that routine just until I wanted to upgrade my setup to make it easier. So apologies for being away. I'm back now. I'm going to be making more content on these games. And in the Discord, a lot of people have been asking, how is Addicted? Is it still profitable to play? How is CodeGame? How did the launch go? And I wanted to make a video as soon as I could. I was just waiting to get the setup up and running, but we've been discussing it in the Discord. So make sure to join my Discord down below if you are interested in getting an insight into what's going on in these games in real time and speaking directly with me. Discord is the best place. So, Addicted, what happened? Addicted launched, it was doing really well. The game itself has been performing pretty well overall in terms of the platform. I think since the launch, the game was working pretty smoothly. People are able to claim their weed tokens. They can sell them. They can do everything. But the price of weed itself is really bad right now. If we take a look at them, I think it surged recently. I think today it surged back up to around 6 cent, whereas it was down to as low as 2 cent recently. So the coin itself plummeted. It was super cheap. You'll see at the moment overall, I'm not even break even yet on Addicted, and that's including the normal play, the referral, everything. It didn't even break even on the game from the amount of money that I put in on packs and everything else to scale the actual game. And that's something I learned going into CodeGame, and that's something I'll get into is you really need to scale as quickly as possible, sell as much as you can early so you can get out and get break even. And that's something I've been trying to help people with on the Discord to make profit, and not only make profit, but some people just to break even is to get them to sell as soon as possible when you're in these games and just see how is the best or the optimal way to really get your best kind of return on your money and make profit. And a lot of these games, these two games, it came down to luck. So with Addicted, the way that luck came into it is the packs themselves. Some people opened really good packs. Now my run with Addicted was really bad. I probably got the worst packs possible. I think I opened somewhere around 12 to 15 packs and I got so many common cards. I think if we go into my customized section, we'll see. Luckily, in the end, I got three glues, which really helped me earn back a lot of the money that I put in. So that really helped. But at this stage, with the farm level 2, people are already on farm level 7, level 8. They're really far ahead. And those people are still probably, they're the people that are making profit. But a lot of people are chasing that return and trying to make their money back. Even people in the Discord now are trying to upgrade to level 4, upgrade to level 5 to get their money back or make a profit and make more profit. But the profit that you can make right now is so low that I just don't see the use in upgrading your farm or upgrading overall if you're looking to make profit. Now, the difference with Addicted that's happening is season 2 is pending. So, season 2 is something that Addicted announced. I think I spoke about it in one of the videos where season 2 is probably going to drop tonight, as you'll see. Addicted season 2 notifications on. People are waiting. It's going to introduce the weapons. It's going to introduce what they've been talking about with the cartel. And now you'll be able to team up with other players, raid people. So this could be a new onboarding event. This could be very different from season 1. Maybe the cost to get into the game will get lower. There'll be different ways to make money in the game. It might boost the token. I think it will boost the token as it will onboard people. So we'll see a spike in the token itself. And some people are just playing these games like that. They're just trading the token. Even with CodeGame, a lot of people in the Discord didn't actually play the game. They just purchased the token when it was announced and they sold it as the hype kind of built up and they made profit that way. The same with Addicted. Some people never played Addicted. They just bought the token, sold it, and made profit that way. So that's another way you can play these games. And with season 2, we already know there's going to be a lot of people returning. A lot of people need to buy weed, the token, to actually scale or buy weapons or join cartels. And we're going to learn more about that tonight on how the game operates. Now, do I think Addicted is worth playing now the way it is? No, not at all. I don't think it's worth getting into. A lot of people have been asking that. And unfortunately, as I have been making videos, I've only been able to reply to people on Discord. I don't think Addicted is worth playing now. The way it's scaled is just you need to be a whale or you need to have gotten really, really lucky to get powerful cards. But the only people really making money from Addicted right now are whales. So people that have the best cards in the game. And people are actually, if we take a look, people are unboxing cards that are giving them 300,000 grow power, which this is the best card in the game. Some people were getting this on, I think, this the second or third day. I could be wrong, but some people were already getting this. On the second day, people were getting the unicorn poop card, which is also a really good one. But people were getting these super early, and that's where luck came in. Unfortunately, my luck wasn't good on Addicted. I didn't make much overall, and that's why I didn't even break even on that game itself. But that's how the game is set up. That's how it works. Now, as I said, all of this news around the season two, they're announcing a lot of this stuff like golden tickets. Like if this is something you need to pay for, I think that's a bit scammy. I don't think you should have to pay for another item or another way to play the game. I think that would be a kind of max extraction event, like them just making as much money as possible. And I just don't think that's a good thing for them to do. Now, I could be wrong. And as we see yesterday, Wii token was actually one of the most traded tokens on OpenSea. So there is a lot of hype around season two, and we're just waiting to see what can happen with this game. Will the cartel and the weapon kind of update really bring in new players? I'm not really sure. I don't think at their current price, even if new players came in, how they could really incentivize people earning from the game at the current price. And even the kind of grow rate or the rate that you can get the weed tokens is super low. If you take a look at mine, even with those cards that I have, some people haven't even gotten the cards that I have. So their farming weed would be way less. So it's almost impossible to make your money back from the game if you haven't been upgrading. And that's pretty much what these games want, is you to be constantly upgrading your farm, repurchasing packs, repurchasing tokens, buying back into the game, and keep going until you're either making profit or you just get fed up and stop playing, but they still earn the tokens from you getting in. Now, will season two change this? It's something we're going to have to wait and see. The devs for Addicted did actually do a live stream, and it's something that I tuned into. Me and I think 20 or 30 people in the Discord, we all watched it together, got a lot of info, but in terms of info, there was good info, but the conversation was so basic. Like they didn't really reveal a lot of stuff when it came to season two. Instead, it was just why they made the game, the plans for the studio. And to me, it already seemed like they were focusing on what the next game was going to be, not really what this drop was going to be or any insight information of what's going to actually happen. So they left everybody completely in the dark. And instead, they're just kind of posting this stuff to get people hyped up. But instead, a lot of people in the comments are just not happy. They're not happy with how the game performed. They're not happy with um, what they're expecting from the game. Whereas that's one side, and then you do have the side that haven't played season one, and instead they might be getting in season two. So I think Addicted has some potential in terms of season two for anybody that's looking to get in to this game or CodeGame. I recommend not getting in right now. I would wait until Addicted season two drops and we have more information on exactly what's happening, what the rate is. And if you want to get that information quickly, as I said, join the Discord. There's a link down below and you can ask. We have over 600 members now, so there'll definitely be someone online that will have more information on Addicted. And if you haven't played it, they can help you. Now, moving on to the second part of this video, CodeGame. So, what exactly happened with CodeGame? CodeGame, if you followed me on Twitter, CodeGame had one of the worst launches I've ever seen. So it probably had, easily the worst launch of any game or any kind of project that I've gone in on. Um, so bad. The launch was awful. I think Aris Sprout, I think his name is, on Twitter, he reached out to me to try and get me in. There was kind of some confusion on the fact that I already had access to the game. And it kind of turned out that he was just building up a community to kind of get referrals or get people in the game, which is fine. Like I fully get that. But what ended up happening kind of backfired for him because he built up such a huge community. I think it had over 100 members at least. And then he had a Telegram group, a Twitter group. He had all of this going. But then because of the devs, it made him look bad because when the game actually launched, it was really broken. So when he sent out those links, people joined the game. And I think within the first 5 minutes on that day, there was like 50 people in my Discord. We were all getting in, we were all playing it. But within the first 10 minutes, the whole website just began to break. The farming rate was dropping. All of this information was disappearing. There was no information on how the game even worked. Even the how to play, you couldn't really figure out how the game worked itself. The documents, everything was just broken. And to make it worse, the token itself was actually leaked beforehand. So the code game in-game token, what was actually leaked. So if we take a look, this token was leaked way in advance, like way in advance of the game dropping. I think it was around 3 hours in advance. And as the game dropped, as everything was happening, you could see that there was already people buying the token before the game even dropped. So that was a big red flag. And that's something that I said about the Herb One game was when a token is already announced, if you haven't been in crypto for a long time or you don't know how that works, if a CA is announced or if a CA is leaked, it means people can purchase it super early because they already know the contract address of or the coin address of the coin itself. So they can go on Jupiter, they can go on a platform and they can purchase that token or they could snipe it if it goes live. And that's really bad because then all those people have to do is wait for the game to go live. All of these players join in and then they can sell. And that's exactly what happened. So some people made a lot of money that would have been insiders. Then the game went live, the website was crashing, everything was crashing. And then the devs just decided to go radio silent. They just didn't respond. And they said they had issues with the Discord tickets then, so nobody could open a ticket. They still can't, so nobody can open a ticket on Discord. The devs probably, I think, have spoke about the issues with the game. I would say 2 or 3 times at most. So the devs are one of the worst teams I've ever seen. Also, and they just have no updates on what's happening with the game. They haven't really helped anybody in the chat. Instead, you just have random kind of messages from some of the admins. But as we've seen on the SolScan, you can actually check, and there was already 3 payouts of around 300 Sol each to 3 different people from the contract address itself. So from the dev wallet, there was 300 Sol each given to these people. Now, people asked them about this. People said like, "Oh, what was this? Like, how did this happen? Where did that money go?" They didn't respond. They didn't reply at all. And they didn't even make that much money from it if it is a rug pull or if it is a way for them to make money because they would have made way more just making a good game, charging for packs, charging for opening the GPUs. So I really don't understand what really happened. Like obviously the devs made a mistake when they leaked, or as they said, they leaked in air quotations the contract address, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that's what happened. And the devs themselves are just radio silent. So we never got an update on what really happened with the game. And if I check the Discord itself, I think the last update was 3 days ago. And they're just saying that they're still here. They're looking for what's best for the project and they're speaking with advisors. Now, this isn't a Fortune 500 company. I'm not sure which advisors they have. They're not EA. They're not a huge game studio. So to me, there seems like a just a slow rug. I feel like the devs have already left. I wouldn't really trust anything that the devs put out moving forward. I think the devs are just really bad overall. And as I said, yeah, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't invest anything more into Code Game if you got in and if you broke even or if you made a profit. Good for you. Hopefully, you understand how these kind of games work and you did manage to sell off early. I know a lot of people in the Discord broke even or made a little bit of profit, or some people now are just breaking even as the game itself is still giving high watts. So people are still earning a lot of watt from the game itself. As you can see, mine is 1,512. I haven't upgraded in, I think, 3 or 4 days. So I've just left mine, whereas people have been max upgrading. And really, the people that make a lot from this style of game or one, it's luck, so it's getting the best GPUs early. And luckily for me on Code Game, I actually got the best setup for level 1, level 2, level 3. So I can't complain with my setup. And I learned from Addicted to sell early. So I started selling off early as I could. And if we take a look, I actually bought 1.04, I sold 1.5. So I just about broke even with the entry fee and then the sell off. And to make it worse, something I forgot was the devs actually within the first day, people paid zero point 0.5 Sol to sign up. And within the first hour or two, the devs dropped the cost to zero point 0.1. So a lot of the people that paid zero point 0.1 to get in have broke even and made a lot of profit. But the people that paid zero point 0.5, it took a lot longer to make back that money because the token just tanked in price. So that was something that just instantly turned me off the devs and I just didn't make me like them. It's not something that I'm really annoyed about. I don't need the zero point 0.5 Sol and I make this content for you guys and try and help you guys understand crypto as a whole and onboard people. So it annoys me more when they take advantage of people that have smaller portfolios or people that are probably saving up that zero point 0.5 Sol, and then they buy in and then they drop the price to zero point 0.1. And as I even asked the devs myself personally, I asked, would they be giving back the zero point 0.4 to the community? Would they be giving it back to everybody? I called out the devs in a Twitter chat that Eras owns too, that had like 100 and something members, and the devs. I called them out one to one. I added them. I said, hey, are you going to give people back to point four? Because that's the only way you're going to win back the community that's actually bought in. And again, they just didn't respond. So stay away from Code Game. I think Addicted, let's see what happens with season two. Hopefully that gave you a quick update on everything that's been going on with these two games. I'm looking forward to creating a lot more content. Leave a comment down below of how you enjoyed both games or what you found from each. Do you like the devs? Do you like Code Game? Are you still enjoying Code Game? Are you enjoying Addicted? Do you look forward to new features? Let me know down below. It's been a while since I had a new video, and I look forward to making more videos for you guys consistently and onboarding more people to the space and just making cool content. So again, drop a comment, join the Discord, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.